Welcome back, and joining us on the show now is Surendra Mehta. He's secretary at the India Bullion and Jewellers Association. Mr. Mehta, hi, thank you so much for joining in. First of all, your reaction as well onto the BIS notification, and the market still seem to be breaking that down in sense of analysis and impact. My first question to you is on the coins itself, which is stated that only mints and refineries can make it. Is there a change really on that line, and the way the jewelers are perceiving it really?
Well, there is a lot of confusion in the market, and let me, through your medium, let me clarify you and clarify the entire industry that in principle, there is no change in the recent notification or the recent order issued by BIS. What basically it says that coin can be now made by mints and refiners, and if coin are made by mints and refiners, then they are not required to be hallmarked. But if coins are made by jewelers, they are required to be hallmarked. Now, what jewelers normally do, they don't have a facility to make 999 coin. They can always make 995 coin, which is called 24 KS and KF as per BIS standard. But anyways, all 995 purity coins, if made by jewelers, they are required to be hallmarked. There is only this one amendment. There is no other amendment at all in respect of manufacturers of coin. So if the jewelers feel that they cannot make coin, it is not true. They can always make coins. They will have to get this coin hallmarked from the hallmarking agents.
All right, that makes a lot of sense, and that does clarify a lot of things as well. My next question to you is about the Indian demand for 9 carat. I mean, in my earlier conversations to you, you always told me that 9 carat is something that the rural India tends to use a lot, not so much for urban India, but with the way the prices have almost doubled in the last 2 and 3 years, do you see urban younger crowd as well going on for this 9 carat, not for investment, but only as fashion jewelry per se?
See, initially when the 14 carat started, the similar talks were there that who is going to buy 14 carats, but then diamond industry opted for 14 carat jewelry because they have been now using along with the diamond only 14 carat gold. 9 carat basically, Manisha, is an option given to a jeweler and customer both. If there is really a market for 9 carat, then that option is available to the consumer as well as to jeweler. Earlier, what used to happen, BIS was not permitting jewelers to manufacture anything below 14 carat. Now, this is an option open. We are not sure whether there would be really a market for 9 carat or not. If the market evolves, then jewelers will manufacture. If the market does not evolve, or the market does not pick up for 9 carat jewelry, probably they will not manufacture. But at least by virtue of this, we are giving option to the consumer because of surging prices. In my opinion, I am particularly of the opinion that a lot of jewelers have been, misguiding consumers in the rural area and were selling jewelry below 14 carat, non-hallmarked, and all those complaints we have been receiving. So that is why through an IBJA, we represented BIS and said that, look, you cannot fix it at 14 carat. You will have to bring it down to 9 carat. And that would probably help consumers as well as jewelers both.
Oh, well, yes, give them an option, and whether they buy or not is purely to the consumers there. But we do understand that it is almost to the tune of 80% of buying that happens in India, or more perhaps, is 22 carats. And then, of course, it's a lot of spread around there. Since we have you with us, what's your sense also on the prices in case of gold? Because we seem to be solidly holding around that $3,300 per ounce mark, with more banks now suggesting that we are going back to $3,500, $3,600 as well. It only has been about Citibank, which believes that we could go down to 3,000, even lower by the time this year ends. And Citi is the only one really, because everybody else, all other Indian banks, brokerages, analysts, everybody seems to be talking about levels much higher.
Well, Manisha, in my last interview to you, I had specifically mentioned that the gold prices will move and will consolidate in the range of $3,200 to $3,450. And that is what we have been seeing this. But let me tell you, yesterday's movement clearly shows that there is more upward side. And I think this upward side, there is another technical pattern forming, which can probably take gold to 3,800 level also. We'll have to understand 2-3 important things, that Fed is likely to cut interest rate and geopolitical tension still exist, tariffs still exist, and the interest rate can be reduced by Fed any point of time. Apart from these, the central bank buying and buying by countries like China has been continuous. And I personally feel that we are moving towards 3,000.
Prices are higher. I have one final question for you, and this is about bullion hallmarking. I remember in the previous conversation that we spoke about this. So as you said, coin hallmarking, if it is done by mints and refineries, is not required. But bullion hallmarking, because IBJA has been pushing on that one as well, what is the latest there?
There is a steering committee formed for the bullion hallmarking. The steering committee has already submitted its report to the Bureau of Indian Standard. We strongly feel that consumers should not be cheated, and we are insisting because if you bring jewelry under hallmarking, which may be even more than 2 gram, it is required to be hallmarked. Then why not bullion? Because at least to start with the mandatory hallmarking, we are pushing towards hallmarking of bullion above 100 grams, and then slowly and gradually it can be brought down to 5 grams.
Okay, all right. Thanks very much, Manisha, for taking us through that conversation. Well, for the markets, it's